What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of The Wolfpack Way. I'm super excited about this series. I've just decided to extend this every single week. We're going to be doing a new collab with people from the Wolfpack that I can help bring to you and feature and just put what they're doing out there, because there is seriously next level people within this organization. And I'm super excited to bring them to you in 2025. But today we have Heather O'Leary, an agent who came to me about 6 months ago. She was struggling. She was a tenured agent, had had her worst year, and was just looking for coaching a different way. The truth is, as she explains in our collaboration, just needed a little bit of tweaking. So I can't wait to share that with you. If you're interested in partnering with her or chatting with her, you can definitely check out the show links below and connect with her. And if you're interested in the Wolfpack in general, we can certainly connect. Please comment below, reach out to me on IG, and we can go from there. But while you're here, if you like these collaborations, you like this kind of new energy we're bringing to the channel, please subscribe. Like the video, give me some comments, let's get some engagement going. But let's get to my collaboration with Heather O'Leary, an amazing agent right here in Littleton, Colorado, where I live. Let's go. What's up, guys? As mentioned, we have Heather O'Leary here, who is absolutely crushing it. And Heather, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. How you doing today?
I'm excited to talk to you as always, Jeremy.
Perfect. Well, let's kind of get into this. And Heather has been in the real estate business for quite some time. Started out, was a single mom, and kind of cut her teeth pretty quickly. So Heather, talk a little bit about the early part of your career, balancing all of the things as a mother, and what that was like and how you got to where you're at today.
Sure. I don't like to, play the single mom card too often, but I will say no matter what version of your life, being in real estate takes full commitment. And there was definitely a time when I thought I couldn't make it, I couldn't hang, and I was nervous. Went back, got, a teaching job, or at least interviewed. And then I was just all in after that once I finally chose to be in real estate. And even to this day, there's times when I get nervous and think, oh my gosh, am I going to make it? And so the mindset and affirmations and having a really great support system has been key for me in helping me get to a point where I can be kind of at peace with my business and balance with my personal life.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, obviously the financial stress there, and for anyone, right? Whether it's dual income, single income, triple income, whatever it is these days, like just not knowing when your next paycheck is coming is absolutely a piece of it's actually one of my favorite pieces of real estate, but also not so good at certain times. So
Yeah,
it's
I
super
love that
important.
part too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like high risk but high reward. And I don't mind
right.
it because it's kind of exciting then.
Right. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, there's no ceiling, which is what everyone seems to focus on. But there's also, well, I guess the floor is zero, but technically there's no floor either because it costs money to be in real estate. So you could go into
Yeah.
debt pretty quickly. And that's kind of
Mhm.
where I want to take this conversation, because recently you came and joined the Wolfpack. Obviously, it has been quite the transformation. We've been doing some coaching. Thanks so much for always putting that out there and all the things, because you're doing the work, not me. But I appreciate that. But let's talk a little bit about where you were, right? This was a extremely difficult 2 year, 18-month stretch in real estate. So talk a little bit about where you were last summer when we first sat down and talked, and how this kind of came together. And then I'll kind of guide you to where you're at now, which we'll leave as a little bit of a cliffhanger
Yeah.
for that time.
Well, I had been searching out a coach and I'd interviewed quite a few for probably a good year and a half. I mean, the market in Denver, with high interest rates was very challenging. I'd kind of graduated, I would say, from a few different programs. One actually being Dawn's program, who is also with the Wolfpack. She's amazing. And then I also did some other types of coaching previously. And I had some sales trainings that I was attending at my previous company. but I was getting to the point where I felt like kind of limited and not challenged. And so I think there was a call you and I chatted on, and I was like, I need to talk to him. He has good ideas, great energy, and obviously we just kind of clicked. And I was kind of floored actually about all of the other things that the Wolfpack has to offer because I mean, obviously we have, right, your real estate agent playbook and all of the training for that, but which is really awesome because I could like literally jump in and be like, oh, hey, I've already kind of learned this about, social media or YouTube or whatever, but I'm really wondering what to do with this section. So, I mean, I've been with EXP now for what, like 4 months?
Mhm.
And I call it when I explain it to, my clients or other people, I call it progressive and innovative because not only do I have your stuff to learn from, but then I have, Louis and Mike and just all these other people who have these really unique, and I haven't even gotten into the CRM section of this yet. Like there's when you say the sky's the limit in real estate, I feel that way about EXP right now because like if I want to add something new, learn something new, grow, like there are resources at my fingertips and not just like, hey, let's go to a training once a week. Like there's people to talk to, online platforms. It's been really fun. So thank
That's
you for
awesome.
bringing me on. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so
Yeah.
I will tell you that there's a lot of people that have come in and felt the overwhelm. I think with our kind of, hey, I'm good this week, kind of setup that we have. But ultimately it was down to, okay, here's Heather. And I mean, I still remember your face lighting up when I was like, how do you want to build your business? Like, what do you like to do? What do you want to
Yeah.
do? And being able to kind of tap into that and be like, okay, go here. And I've never had even another agent that I'm coaching, whether they're in the Wolfpack or not, just be like, okay, hyper focused on that. I'll call you when I need you and implement. Right. And so there's just an energy about you that's like, this is actually what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. But I think with some of the traditional sales and all those other coaching things, it's a little bit different, right? It's like, do this, it's our way, fit into that, and go from there. And so that's absolutely amazing to see how you've done it. Love the dog in the background. Heather's from Colorado. That's her initial announcement. So if you have any referrals coming to Colorado, she's your girl. But absolutely, that's key. So as we kind of progress, what is it seen? Because it's great, right? We have this coaching, we have all this stuff. We have, in my opinion, in our industry, we have an overabundant abundance of resources that it almost makes it not progressive, like you said. And so what is it done and how is your business going so far? So you can go ahead and talk about what it's been like the last 4 months and where you're going for this year.
Sure. Yeah. And actually, I want to go back to the question that you asked. And that was key. I agree. What do I want my business to be like? So I did a different version of business planning this year. And instead of, how much money do I need to make to achieve all my big whys, right? That's like
Mhm.
very common in goal setting. I just like brainstormed a whole list of words that I want to feel in 2025, right? And so, you know, I came up with two specifics that I'm just kind of hanging on to, and they're quality and connection.
Mhm.
And connection is really key for me because I love people. I love the clients that I work with, even if they're not my clients. I've been using, on a side note, we had a call earlier today. We have a calendar system. I'm obsessed over it. Anyway, I have people that are just like friends, family, booking themselves into my calendar. And the best part about what I've been able to kind of put together over the course of the last literally few months. I mean, I've been in real estate for 5.5 years, and over the last few months, I have more balance and peace to my life because I've been more focused, more structured with my schedule. And now I can actually sit down at lunch with somebody and enjoy my time. Now, I sometimes I'm definitely looking at my phone and negotiating something, but very often I have the energy and the focus on the people that I care the most about, my kids, right? And even myself, like getting to take a day off a week to like, I don't know, ski or mountain bike. It's like it's amazing right now.
Right. And
As
stop
far
right
as
there because
okay.
when we sat down at lunch that day, you were like, this is the lowest volume I've had. These are the least amount of transactions I've had. This has been really hard. Interest rates this, interest rates that. Now, a secret about Heather that we haven't revealed is she is an extreme stats nerd and is very into the statistics and on our economic board with our board of realtors. But hearing you say that and be where you're at, right? Like in the quote unquote zen and the flow, as you like to say, as you know,
The flow.
dance teacher, yoga, all the things. Like that's amazing to be able to build your business on those terms versus the Heather that I met with 5.5 months ago, that it was like these numbers, these numbers, these numbers, because now those numbers are coming, but you're focused on something completely different in the relationships that'll carry you home. And so
Mhm.
that's the key, right? And so building these relationships. And let's talk a little bit about your seven, leads that you have, the people that you're working, your seven active clients, and talk a little bit about where they're from. Because before, and I even think you asked me, like, do I need to buy leads while I'm getting my YouTube going? Do I need to do all of these things? And I said, no, just go be with your people. And
Yeah.
you've done that magically. So talk a little bit about where these deals are coming from and
Mhm.
how working with that sector versus strangers and people lead, quote unquote leads, how's
Mhm.
that, kind of transformed?
Well, I think it's really interesting because I didn't really believe in the whole referral based business for a while. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, right, sure. Um, but at this point, I I have, let's see here, two active referrals. And by the way, I have a focus on like helping people buy and sell. And so I would say over the course of the last year, a lot of it was just having conversations and people deciding not to move, which
Mm,
that's fine. I want the best for them, but also like I need to put food on my, my table and pay for my kids' uniforms and all the
mm,
stuff. So now, I mean, I I personally think that the two referrals I got, and let's see here, I'm looking at my board to see
You're
where they
good.
came
Keep
from.
going.
I'm like, who are they again? Yes, no, I love you guys. I know who you are. Um, so the two referrals that I have, and then two of the other clients are very, very clearly from like video and social, like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I think he's going to link it. So,
Yep.
check me
I'll
out.
link it for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Um, and it's just been organic and them coming to me and saying, hey, Heather, we have some questions. Can you help us? Like, can you help us decide if this is the right time? And I have told people this isn't the right time. But the people I have right now, they just come up to me either on Facebook Messenger or like in the bike shop one time. And Heather, we need you. Help us decide what to do. So the cool part too about all of those is that only three of them are just either sell or buy. The other ones are buy and sell. So, I mean, once once people kind of settle into this, and this is a little sneak preview to like 2025, but kind of like the environment of consistency that we're seeing in our real estate market, I'm just going to leave
Mm.
it at that. I think that's going to be really good for people. And then I am just looking forward to helping them make decisions that help them get into the house that they actually want. Um, and it's a long process sometimes. Sometimes it's a few months, maybe 6 months to start preparing to sell.
And what a different vibe that is from I need clients, I have to put food on my table, like to be able to be like, you know what? It's not your time, right?
Mhm.
And what referrals that brings and how that makes people feel that you're not out chasing a commission and it's not pushing and it's not pressure. Like, here's the deal. Like if you are pressuring someone to get that transaction, I get it. Like food on the table matters. But if you're pushing someone to get that transaction, that's probably going to be the last transaction you're going to do with them
Yeah.
instead of having a lifetime full of referrals and transactions. So pushing to get that one actually, pulls back along the way. And so that's what we talk about a ton on this channel. But continue a little bit into that, Heather. And you mentioned social media, and let's talk about how you changed your social media strategy up a bit as we kind of talked through this becoming your own brand versus, the brick and mortar brand and having all the rules and fit into this box, which if you can't tell, Heather doesn't fit into the realtor box all the way.
I don't see, I'm not in any box. I'm just in
Yeah.
a bunch of different
Yeah.
boxes having a good time.
Yeah.
Um, no, it was on a side note, one of the previous brokerages I had been at, the very first day I joined, they looked at my social media and like had someone warn me how I wasn't supposed to come across that way.
Mhm.
And you know what? I don't agree with that. I'm
No.
like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? I care very passionately, and you'll see like some really soft, like deep, like yoga, like inspiring kinds of things, which has been super fun for me to share because obviously it's me, right? So I
Mhm.
get to be authentically me and like think like what is actually inspiring me? How am I helping people with their mindset through a transaction? How am I helping them stay focused on what's important to them, right?
Mhm.
But also I have the word diva. I used to have it. Now I have all my clients up there, but written on my board.
Mhm.
Um, but just being the kind of person who speaks up and is going to say what I think. And sometimes people are not going to like that.
Mhm.
And that's okay. You don't have to work with me. But also, the people who do work with me, like they know that I'm going to protect them. Like I'm there for them as if like the transaction was mine. And I
Mhm.
can say that, right? There's the line, oh, I'm going to treat your money like it's my own. But like people can feel when you mean it. And I think
Right.
the video that we've come to create over the last 4 months has actually been my personality, which is so interesting. A lot of it is through Chat GPT. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
ask Jeremy about that. That's weird. And then it has a lot of different kind of vibes to it. Like I said, lots of different boxes, but that's okay because we're all multi-dimensional people and that allows people who see me on social media to say, "Oh, I see her. She's got her kids, she's got her yoga, she's got her adventure stuff, and she's a badass in real estate. And I want her to stand up for me like she's standing up for that situation over there."
Right. And you've masterfully included your economic knowledge, understanding of the market, those kind of things. So as we kind of talk about this video and getting into that, there was a time where you had a listing and I was like, just go do some Heather stuff, right? This was
Yeah.
a basic condo townhome. I forget which one it was here in Littleton where we both live. And it was backing to this open space. And there's a field and a park and all the things. And she grabbed her kids literally the next week and did it. And I don't know if that's why it sold, but it definitely made her look like she was being much more creative than your average real estate agent to her clients. And I know that since that has sold, but just incorporating that. And it's wild to me that people are like, don't be yourself on video. Don't be
Right.
yourself on social media. Like, what is social media for if we're not going to be
Right.
ourselves and attract those people? Because, the algorithms are way smarter than us, right?
Right.
Like, I'm not
Right.
seeing a bunch of mountain biking things because I don't do that. I'm sure when you open up your stuff, you're skiing and your mountain bike, you're seeing all the things, and that's drawing that energy and those people to you. So really cool way how you've kind of gone about that and been, that attraction kind of based mindset. And so that's really exciting. So a couple things that you would suggest to someone who's feeling a little bit stuck, right, in that piece of real estate and kind of basically just like having to fit in a box, which you're so great at not doing.
Thanks. Yeah, I definitely would say pause, right? Um, Take time because we get creative when we have space in our calendar. We just talked about that today on our coaching call. And then find the people, right? Find the people who inspire you and can help you stay focused. Um, and then, I mean, everyone says be authentic, right? But like, what does that mean?
Hmm.
Right? I think the more you take space to just be creative. I mean, I actually forgot about that video, by the way. And also, I had all these creative ideas around events for my listings when they weren't selling.
Hmm.
And like, did people come to the event? Not really. But you know what happened? Everybody saw that I had different ways of selling a property than anybody else.
Hmm.
And like, don't be afraid to try something different. Every market is different, and you are unique as yourself as a realtor. And whatever you can come up with in your own creative space will be amazing because you're doing it fully from who you are. And then you'll learn those other things from other people, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, you're being creative doing this. Awesome. I might try a little bit of that, right?
Yeah. And
So,
that's awesome. So good to hear that, kind of breath of fresh air and be yourself and it works and all the things, right? So if anybody wanted to follow you, connect you, check out with some of, your socials, we will link the link tree below. But what's the best way, to get in touch with you?
yeah. So if you want to meet with me, I got a meet with Heather calendar. Love that one.
Perfect.
And, it's pretty easy to find me on Facebook, Heather O'Leary.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I would love to
Perfect.
connect, chat some
All
more.
right. Well, thank you so much, Heather. Keep crushing it and being authentic you. So proud of you and so excited to call you a partner. So we'll talk to you next time.
Likewise. Thanks, Jeremy.
Wow. As you can see there, I don't want to take all the credit. Certainly not. Heather has done the work through our coaching and through the Wolfpack culture. Things have certainly changed and turned a corner for her and her career. And I can't wait to have her share any of that information with you if you reach out to her. She's an absolutely amazing agent doing things the right way. So definitely reach out. And thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. And stay tuned for an entire year of the Wolfpack Way. Don't worry, I'll still be recording videos once a week, so there'll be still 2 videos coming at you every single week from the Real Estate Agent Playbook. One will be the traditional educational, helping you win every single day of the game of real estate from me, and then the other one will certainly be connecting you to somebody that is doing it at a high level. And then we're also making this all, a week theme. So every single week, the theme will be something to do with organic growth or something along those lines. We'll have the collab, we'll have the long form video and the short form videos over on Instagram or in the short section of YouTube. Can't wait to share this with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.